Hi, my soapy sunflowers. It's Heather here, and today we are going to make deep conditioner. So, with this, there is some substitutions that you can have, but for the most part, we're going to make deep conditioner. So, of course, we're going to start off with our water and we're going to add glycerin to the water. So, we're going to have water ingredients and then we will have like our oils and butters type ingredients. So, two different ingredients that we're going to heat up in separate containers, but at the same time. Once we get it measured out, we'll just set it off there to the side and work on our next ingredients. And the next things that we're going to put in. So I'm going to use shea butter today. You can also use mango butter or cocoa butter. Any of the three will work for this interchangeably. But today I'm going to use shea butter. So I just wanted you guys to know that you can do that. Also, for your oils, you can use olive oil, you can use broccoli oil, sweet almond oil. So there's some variants in that as well, that you can play around with what you have on hand. I will say that broccoli oil is really good for your hair. Also, if you have ingredients like wheat protein, silk protein, these are also included as an optional item that you can add at a 1% to this recipe. Or I like to say formulation, but a lot of people understand recipe. And again, if you're watching this video and would like to make deep conditioner that is fabulous for your hair, then you can always get the exact amounts on my Patreon account. So that is why I don't say amounts on here. You can go there to get the recipe. I just put it together for my Patreon, and so they can kind of understand how everything goes together. So you're going to add all your acetyl alcohols and BTMS. I cannot talk today, I'm telling you. You're going to add all of those in your oils and butters together and warm up your oils and butters separate from your distilled water and glycerin and heat them up. So what I usually do is I put them in the microwave or in double boiler, and I make them at the same degrees when I'm heating things up. I had some people asking me where I got these jugs with the spout. I get them off of Amazon. It's nothing fancy. It works out perfect for me. The only bad thing is after you pump, they do drip. So have a paper towel just to wipe that. For some reason, they do that. I wish I could find something that pumps and does not do that, but unfortunately, I work with it. Because I like the pump style. It really helps me keep things organized in my house, and really I don't have any problems. One pump is usually 1 ounce, and so I do know that just because I use them all the time. All right, we're going to take both of ours and I'm going to go off and warm them up. I'll be back in a second. See, that was quick, right? Good thing with watching videos is everything happens fairly quick. Now I'm going to combine these two together. you know, I like to stir everything together. I always have this thing that something's going to get stuck to the bowl and left behind. So we stir everything and pour your oil into your water, and you'll see instantly it turns like creamy, which is great. I think it's one of the best things about creating things is watching the change in like texture or in colors. I just find that that's amazing. Now we're going to immersion blend and get this to the consistency that you are wanting for your deep conditioner, okay? And we are cooling it down because we still have to add vitamin E in our preservative. And if you want to add an essential oil or a fragrance to this, also when you cool things down, this is where you would add your B5 and your wheat protein. I mix everything into one container, just so you know the panthenol can absorb, and I just mix everything together and pour that in when I get it cooled down. I like to get mine pretty low in temp, not extremely low, so between like 100 and 110, to add all of those ingredients in. Now you're going to be immersion blending for a little while to get the correct texture that you want. And also you can still see the steam coming off this. To get the temperature down, you're going to be immersion blending for a while, but don't stop. Just continue to do it. Be careful not to splash yourself because this is very hot. I pause it and I come back because it does take a while, but I want you guys to kind of see how it's already starting to thicken up on my immersion blender. Let's see where we're at right now. 136. So we're at 136. We got a little ways to go. We're just going to keep continuing to immersion blend until we get it cooled down. Yes, it does take a little while, and I apologize, but you want this immersion to happen and to not break on you, so which means you need to continue to immersion blend. Now, as you see here, we are starting to get really creamy. I want mine at a different texture, and you will see what I end up stopping mine at. I want it creamy. I have before done this a little thicker than I liked. I thought it was where I wanted it at, but when I got into the shower to use it, I was like, no, I need this a little bit creamier so it goes on smoother. It worked out perfect. Still, I just add a little water in my palm and it worked out perfect. But look how creamy this is becoming. Keep going. Let's check the temp and see where we're at. We are now at a 129. So yeah, it takes a little bit of time to get this cooled down. But you know, you're just going to microwave or double boil this until everything melts. You don't need this, you know, scorching hot. But it does, some of these alcohols and stuff in BTMS 25 takes a little while to melt down. So that's kind of the bad side of things, is it, you know, those things take a while to get them melted, so it's going to take a little while to get it cooled down. Let's check it again. All right, so we're at 125. I like to scrape down my sides and everything off, so you know the stuff that's thickening up before the thinner things can be combined. So make sure you're going through there every so often and scraping your sides down, scraping off your blade, and getting everything combined. But it's starting to get pretty thick as it cools. But I just, I keep it moving, trying to get the hot out because it does take so long. It's very tedious, but I'm telling you, this formula is fantastic for your hair. So if you are somebody who does not, who needs moisture, if you're somebody who needs moisture in your hair, leave out the wheat proteins and the silk proteins and things like, any of the proteins. If you are somebody who tests that you need protein in your hair, then add it in. All right, so this is my little mixture here that I already have together of like my vitamin E. I did not put wheat protein in this one or silk protein. This batch is for my family, and I will sell some as well, but this batch does not. So you can have 2 different kinds for the different hair textures and such, but everything is added together. Fragrance, everything. Essential oil if you would like to use that, but everything is mixed together in this jar. And then just keep mixing. Mix, 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 mix. It's thickening up. It's about at the consistency that I want mine at. I want it very creamy, but I don't want it really runny. And just know, so you're going to mix and then you're going to pour it in your containers, and it's still going to firm up some there as well. So keep that in mind when you are mixing, that this is a great mixture right here. It's a great place to stop because it is going to set up some, as it sets and cools down even more. All right, so make sure that your jars are sanitized. Might have been sitting behind me sanitizing. And you're ready to go. Now you can put this into a piping bag if 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 you want to do that. This time I'm just going to scoop it in, and you can see that it can be kind of messy, but I put it in, smack it down on the counter to get it all to settle, because I'm making 8-ounce jars here and I want that to be 8 ounce. I want people to get everything, in this jar, all of these beautiful products, because honestly I use this, my children use this as well for a deep conditioner, and it works fantastic. Promise you. It has all of the good stuff in it to make your hair so soft. But do remember, if you have not found out if your hair needs moisture or not, or if it needs moisture or if it needs protein, you need to figure that out for your own hair before you add any of the proteins, because if your hair doesn't need protein, you're not going to give it protein. That concludes today's video. If you guys would like the recipe or the formulation, please head over to my Patreon and come and celebrate with us and show what you have made. But for now, I am gonna go and clean up. I hope you guys have a great day and create all the beautiful things and sell all the beautiful things. I appreciate you all so much, and thank you so much for being a part of the Wyoming sunflowers, the soapy sunflowers.